guys, my name is Maddie, or Books with Maddie, and today I'm answering all your questions. Okay, so this video is kind of to commemorate hitting 1,000 subscribers, which I know I've already talked a little bit about in my videos, but I just want to say thank you again for helping me reach this goal. It is absolutely incredible. I never could have even expected this to happen, so I'm just so blown away and grateful for all of your constant love and support for my content. I'm just so incredibly grateful, and I know I've already said all of this before in past videos, but I just want to reaffirm how grateful I am and how incredible you guys are for getting me to this goal, and thank you so much. I asked you guys for some questions over on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube for just like any questions about anything, and I'm just gonna go through those questions now. So I'm gonna jump around. A lot of people ask like multiple questions, so that's why I might like say people multiple times, but yeah, okay. So I'm gonna start off with Chapters of Gold or Maddie, and her first question is, what's the first book you'd be more than willing to use as kindling if the world was ending? Which is an incredible question, and I feel like the answer, if you've been watching this channel for a while, is pretty clear. Beautiful Disaster by Jimmy McGuire would be such good kindling. I mean, we have like 400 pages of kindling to go, so this would be my first choice. If I had to pick another one, it's like all the way down there, but I'd probably pick Two Steps Forward by Graham Simpson and Anne Buist. Another absolute flop fail. So yeah, any of those. Kindling. Okay, next, Books with K asked, favorite video you've made? And this one, I don't know. I didn't like answer these questions before I'm looking at these questions for the first time now. Wait, what was the question? I think there's like a difference between my favorite video I've made and the video I'm most proud of. I think I'm gonna have to say actually a video that I feel like went kind of under the radar, and it was reading 5-star reviews of my least favorite books. It came out about a month ago, and I was like so happy with that video. It just didn't do as well as I thought it would, but I was like, that might be my favorite video I've ever made. I was just like happy with how it came out. It was my first video that was ever sponsored, so that probably has a lot to do with it, and I was just like very happy with how it came out. I got a lot of positive feedback from it, and so yeah, I was really happy with that one. I feel like there's a lot of ones that I'm really proud of. It's hard to like Deck of TBR, you know, like I have a lot of favorites from that. I don't know, I'm gonna go with that for now though. Okay, next at Katarina Books asked, favorite aesthetic? I feel like I don't fully know all of the aesthetics to like say which one is my favorite for sure, but right now I'm for sure like currently on a dark academia kick right now. I just finished Ninth House, and I'd like to move to Yale. I'd like to I feel like I'm not really experiencing dark academia while doing college from home right now, so I'd like to go somewhere else and do my schooling that is a little bit more aesthetic than my bedroom. So I'm just really feeling dark academia right now. At Bookseeker asked, what is your all-time favorite book? Very hard question, but I'm probably gonna have to go with Lovely War by Julie Berry. There are a lot of books that I really love, but Lovely War is just the encapsulation of every single thing that I love. That book is perfect. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And that's my answer. For visual aid, Lovely War, Julie Berry, probably my favorite book of all time. Okay, Books with Bunny on YouTube asked, are there any books that you used to love or hate that you don't feel the same about anymore? That's a really good question. Books that I used to love that I don't feel the same about, books that I hate that I don't feel the same about. I think it's easier to go with books that I used to love that I don't feel the same about anymore. I think there's a lot of really clear answers for that. Mortal Instruments, I used to love those books. I reread them a couple years ago, and I was just like, this is not good. There's an incest plot line, which is never good. Although I did like the third book. The third book was the best one for sure. I just feel like my opinions about those like changed drastically, and also like Divergent, I love those in middle school. Totally changed my opinion about those. So yeah, those two are probably the most like solid. Books that I used to hate that I don't feel the same about anymore. Yeah, I feel like Number one, if there was a book that I used to hate, I wouldn't reread it to change my opinion. I think the only book that I hated that I reread and it was for school was The Great Gatsby, and I liked it less the second time I read it. I think the closest I can get for an answer to this one is like a book that I felt like pretty average about, and then upon thinking about it more, I felt really good about it, and that's The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. I remember when I first read it, I gave it like 3 stars, I think, and then like I couldn't stop thinking about it for like multiple weeks after, and I upped it to 4 stars. So I guess that's the closest. I didn't hate that book at all. I just thought it was really average, and then I kind of realized there was actually something really cool after a while of thinking about it. So I guess that could be my answer. Next, Thick Girl, Thick Books Life asked, if you could read one book again for the very first time, what book would you pick? Lovely War. Honestly, Lovely War, but I already used that for an answer, so I'm going to pick something different. Possibly Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom. If I had to pick one, that's so hard. I'm also possibly thinking Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I reread that so often that it would just be so cool to read it for the first time again, I think. Yeah, so any of those books, honestly. Lizzie Bex, whom I love, asked, if you could live your life as a character, who would you pick? That's such a good question. I, for realsies, should have read these questions before filming. Like, if I chose a character, would I then have to go through all of the struggles of that character in the book that they're in? I don't know. What are the contingencies of this prompt? But what I was thinking was, I've talked about this before, how similar I feel to Blue Sergeant from the Raven Boys. I feel like it would be cool to be her and have the other boys as friends. I think that's just my tentative answer right now. I don't think that the world that she lives in is the one that I would particularly choose to be a part of, but I think that like her energy is very similar to mine. I feel like I just vibe with her character. I feel like we're very similar. So I guess I would choose her, but also like Inej. Like, oh, I want to be her so bad. Any of those. Helen Vital asked, my least favorite trope. My least favorite trope is a miscommunication. That's the worst. Okay, wait, no. But also the one where one character forgets the other one. That's the worst. That's actually the worst trope. And it's so specific and it happens like fairly rarely. But I hate that trope. I hate when one character forgets the other and then it just causes angst and it's stupid and I hate it. But also miscommunication is terrible. Either of those would be my least favorite. If you were a book, which book would you be? That's such a good question. Oh, that is also by Chapters of Gold, Maddie. Oh my gosh, I for realsy should have thought about these questions beforehand because they're so good. Okay, I think if I were a book, I would be, take a hint, Dani Brown. Because I would be Addie of Talia Hibbert's books. I just feel such an emotional connection to her books, especially Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Take a Hint, Dani Brown. I feel such a like personal resonance with those books because I just think that the characters are so realistic. In Get a Life, Chloe Brown has fibromyalgia, I have fibromyalgia, and Take a Hint, Dani Brown is studying women and gender studies, which is what I'm studying, and she has like really intense like anxiety. They never really diagnose it. I don't think they ever exactly say what it is, but it's this type of anxiety that I really, really resonate with. And I just feel such a personal connection to those books, and they're so incredible and so diverse. I just love them so much. Also, Take a Hint, Dani Brown is yellow, and yellow is my favorite color, and I just think Talia Hibbert is amazing, and her books are amazing, and just if I could physically create myself into a book in order to promote that book, I would be Take a Hint, Dani Brown. I don't know if that's what the question is intending, but I'm thinking that I would physically become the book and just be a physical representation of promotion for that book, and I would be Take a Hint, Dani Brown. Popular book you hated. I mean, the selection: Cinder, Immortal Instruments, The Boy Who Loved Before, Divergent. It's fine. Don't cancel me now. I just hit 1K. Favorite weather. I love... These questions are so like all over the place. I love it. Favorite weather is fall. Like when like it's just room temperature outside, you know? Like you could wear a sweater, but also you could wear a short sleeve shirt. Like that perfect weather, and it's like clear skies and like it's just a good time. I love that weather. That's my favorite weather. This is by Bex. If you could take 2 characters out of one book and put them in another book to see how it plays out, what would you do? That's an obscene amount of power. Okay. You know what would be so cool? Is this dumb? I've already decided that the book that I would put them into is Six of Crows. I think there could be multiple answers. I think it would be cool to take June and Day from Legend and put them in there, because imagine all of the brain power that would exist in that room. Can you imagine? So I think Day and Kaz would not get along and it would be hilarious. Can you imagine? Okay, literally just imagine this for a second. Audrey Rose Wadsworth and Thomas Cresswell in Six of Crows. Would that not be the coolest thing ever? It's super random, it doesn't make that much sense, but I just think it would be kind of cool. I think it would be cool. I think I'd read that. I'd definitely read that. 100%. Okay, that's my answer. Who's your auto-buy author? Oh, okay. Taylor Jenkins Reid, Leigh Bardugo, and I think now Talia Hibbert. Joy McCullough, although sometimes Joy McCullough releases like children's books, and so like not in that regard, but like any of the like historical fiction. Same with Julie Berry. And like low-key Marie Lu. Favorite book to movie adaptation is The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I don't think I've ever liked a book to movie adaptation except for that one and Little Women, but I haven't read the Little Women book, so I can't technically say that. But Little Women is my favorite movie, but I haven't read the book, so I can't say that. So I'm going to say The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society is one of the best book to movie adaptations ever. What's your favorite breakfast food? My favorite breakfast food is, I'm not a huge fan of breakfast, to be completely honest, but why are these questions so hard? I'm so indecisive. I can't answer questions. I'm gonna say pancake. No. I like a good muffin. I don't think that's my favorite though. Honestly, I don't know. I can't answer the question. I'm sorry. It's causing me too much distress. Oh, I love this question. Favorite small and big booktubers. Okay, I'm gonna link all of these down below. Okay, there's so many. So, Shelby from 123 SCC Shelby. Obviously, Morgan from Morgan's Chaotic World. Charlotte from Charlotte's Reads. Cozy Bex. Elena the Great. Kristen's Corner. Mare Reads. Read with Ansu. Honestly, I could go on literally forever. Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads. The Petite Punk. Reads with Rachel. Pages with Paige. Iona Reads. MG's Library. I mean, I could literally just go on for days. Just Angus. Obviously, Books and Lala. I honestly don't get to watch BookTube a lot nowadays just because I'm in school and I have a lot of other things going on, but recommend me more small booktubers below because I just love to find new people on BookTube and watch all of their content and everything. So link either your channel or your favorite small booktubers channels down below and I will check them all out. Wow, okay, I'm gonna try to speed run these now. If you were forced to write, oh, this is such a good question. If you were forced to write fan fiction, what book would it be on and why? Wow, okay. I don't really read fan fiction or therefore write it, so I have no problem with it. Like, you do you all. But, oh my gosh, that's so, wow. I feel like it would have to be Six of Crows. I know that's my answer for everything ever, but I think that those are the characters I know the best. That's the world I know the best. I just think that's what it would have to be. I have no idea. I think that's what it would have to be, and I would be terrible, and I would love it. Okay. Oh, this is such a good question. This is from Katarina's Books, Katarina Books on Twitter. If you could choose, would you prefer to be a queen or an assassin? I think there are benefits to being both. But which would I prefer? Okay. For the assassin, is the law involved? Like, how involved is the law? Like, is it nowadays where, like, I would assassinate somebody and, like, I would have to work really hard to not go to jail? Or is it, like, back in the days when, like, people would just legally hire assassins? Actually, I don't know how legal it was, but, like, it would be a fantasy. But, like, okay, because I think I would choose that. But also it'd be super cool to be a queen because I would make great decisions, first of all. Second of all, actually, I don't like being the center of attention, so I definitely think I would choose an assassin. Also, the idea of, like, I could never hurt somebody physically in real life, but the idea of doing that is kind of appealing. And I mean, like, not just like going around hurting innocent people. I mean, like, the idea of like going around and like just cutting off the heads of bad men is extremely appealing to me. Like, oh, you catcall a woman, just off with the head. I think that would be really appealing to me, so I think I would choose assassin. Okay, we're speed running. Favorite book cover of all time? Oh my gosh, probably Six of Crows cover. Honestly, that's so beautiful. Okay. Next. Wow, these are so hard. If you could interview any author, who would it be? Probably, okay, here's my answer. I actually thought about this one. It depends, because for, like, I feel like for, like, writing advice, or, like, to talk about books, to talk about writing and publishing, and also, like, their lives, obviously, I think I would choose either Leigh Bardugo or Taylor Jenkins Reid. But just for, like, the absolute presence of somebody, probably N.K. Jemisin. I've only read one of her books, but, like, I love her as a person so much, and she absolutely changed the game for adult fantasy. Her books are, like, one of the most, like, iconic, like, she's the coolest person literally ever. Like, her books really, like, shifted things, I feel like, in the, like, reading community. Like, I feel like her books really did that. Like, they made a huge impact, and I think it would be so cool to talk about not only that, but, like, her writing process, like, just her life. Like, I just want to know everything about her, and I think it would be super cool to interview her. If you could spend a day with any fictional character, who would it be? Probably Inej from Six of Crows. Katniss. Honestly, Katniss is super cool. Like, I feel like we don't talk about her enough anymore. She's super cool. I think I'm gonna call it quits with the questions. My brain is just, at this point, I can't answer more questions. This is hard. I did not think this was gonna be hard. There's just like, oh yeah, questions, like, I know myself. Nope, turns out I don't know anything. So that is it for the video, I guess. Sorry, I feel like this wasn't that exciting. I think a lot of it was just me, like, pondering the answers to questions. But we'll see how it turns out. I was really excited to do this because I'm trying, like, with the growth of my channel, I want to get, like, more involved with you guys and have you guys be more of, like, I feel like this is, like, a really cool community. Like, I want to make this, like, a bubble for all of us to kind of, like, coexist in and, like, have fun in. And so, yeah, I'd like to, like, just interact with you guys more. And I know I'm, like, terrible at responding to comments, and it's usually, like, 3 weeks later that I get around to responding to comments, but I promise I read every single one of them, and I appreciate them all so much, and I really, like, enjoy your guys' feedback and everything. Like, it's just so helpful to me. And yeah, so thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely incredible, and it's just, it, like, means so much to me that I would be at this spot now. And yeah, I'm really excited for where the channel is going. I want to try a lot of new things this year, and just things that I've never really done before. Kind of like this Q&A, I was super nervous to do this because I feel, like, weird talking just about myself in a video, but I guess I did talk a lot about books. So I do a lot of really cool new things and try a lot of things out. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around for new things that are coming to the channel. But thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions. I'm sorry if I didn't answer any questions that were super pressing. I was just kind of, like, all over the place today, so sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day, I hope you have a great week, and I hope you have a great life, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye!